Go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Not holy as in holier than thou, but holy as in whole, complete, one of a kind, a multiplicity within our grand unity. I appreciate thee for joining me. I don't know if it's known. I think it should be. I haven't actually said it quite out loud like this in a while. But Wednesdays, I dance in gratitude. Specifically, it started as an homage, a honoring of our Patreon friends. So, thank you. I see Naren. Blessings to you. I feel like now it's become like a members thing as well, you know. So, thank you for being a member, Naren. Thank you for being here. Say it. It is Dance Day. It is Dance Day. Kristen, blessings. Shan, so much lovings to you. Dance Day it is. Let me lift my camera up a little bit. Not shake it around too much. I might give myself a better vantage point. Is this better? I don't even know. Is it better? Might make it feel like you're more of a person instead of like a little doggo staring at me or something. Dancing? A little bit down. Dancing dances. Okay. That should do it. Are you friends ready? First track we're gonna listen to is called Hear Your Heart. Might be a little bit difficult. But within the metaphorical, it's always possible.
When you open up your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, your eyes, then you realize that the morning sun is creeping through the trees, through the trees, through the trees. Hold up.
Sandals back on.
Open up. Open up. Open up your eyes. Your eyes. Your
When we want people to change, a lot of times we try to teach them something. God just understood the health complications that are caused by obesity. Surely he would change the ingredients. It's because the cigarette patches. There are other countries that actually do a much better job at connecting with emotion. To change, you got to put feeling first.
Shema. My body is feeling especially heavy today. Can you notice Yeah. It's fine. We can dance even if we feel heavy. Where's my music, yo? Where my music be? Please, ma'am. Can I have some music back? Next track. There we go. Suddenly out of nowhere.
We want people.
Next track. It's called Bubble Guns. Strange
Why
reason.
does the universe exist?
For love? I like to believe.
Why is there something rather than nothing at all?
Let's see if this is good.
It is not how things are in the world that is the mystical, it's that the world exists. I want to know, how come the quantum? How come the universe? How come existence?
This track ain't doing it for me. It's too much. It's too much. The first drop had some promise to it, but this is just too squiggly squaggly for me. Next drop's probably gonna be good. Let's hear. Yeah, nice enough, but too many squiggles and squaggles in the background. I want to hear the rest of the drops. Drop number 3. Oh, it's coming later still. Wow. Not bad, but not mine. You Wanna Dance. This is an all-in-one track. This is the one for us. I can feel it.
You want a lot. Why? Tell me why. Throat muscles. It relaxes your vocal cords. And as soon as they relax, the tone drops. The lower your voice is, the better you sound.
So if I yawned a lot,
Yes.
I might start sounding like Morgan Freeman.
No, but do the same thing in a deeper voice.
I'm so tired today. I'm learning interesting lessons though. Caffeine doesn't actually give you more energy. It just convinces you that there might be more energy. What does that mean from my experience? It means that I might stop using caffeine. Because I unironically feel less energized now than I did the weeks where I didn't have any caffeine. Might be semi-placebo. There is probably more things at play than just the caffeine. Might actually be the weed. Could definitely affect things. Either way, I feel my gratitude has been made clear. Now we can have some conversations. One on one a little bit. There we go. That should be all of it. You can now address me as Short King. Thank you very much. Get you to be seated person height with me. Yeah, that's better. Bruh. There we go. I'm starting to catch my breath. Yeah. How about this having hair? How about that? Today's stream topic is about turning darkness into light. I haven't actually mentioned it in the stream just yet, but that is the thing that we're going to be addressing in our conversation today. Last night, as I was waking up from my dreams, well, I should say this morning, as I was waking up from my dreams, I had this experience of trying to come to a conclusion with yesterday's topic, the whole you do what you think you are. And I believe ultimately we are beings of light, you know? So as these beings of light, the thing that we're actively doing every single day is going from darkness into the light, right? Most of us sleep in the dark. Most of us close our eyes, right? So there is a certain level of darkness that we kind of enter when we head into our sleep space. And then by waking up in the mornings, you quite literally transmute darkness into light again. Everything you see around you is a product of you being here. And to acknowledge yourself as that, as a light bringer, as a light bearer, as a light transmuter, a light melter, if you will. I appreciate you friends joining me. I see Mario Hall accepted the gift membership. I don't think I've seen your name here before. Maybe you're just one of the friends that watch. I love you too. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, Kristen, for gifting a membership to our friends. I see Joy Vive here, Loazana, Shannon, Naren, blessings again. Duck Dad broke my phone midstream yesterday. She's toast. Going to be a few days before a new phone arrives. Much love, y'all. Love you, Duck Dad. I wasn't there for the stream. You wanna give us a little update as to what happened? I'm imagining Duck Dad shoveling dirt and then the phone falling on the ground and him chopping it in half with a spade. No, not that. Sounds badass. Sounds badass when I think about it like that, bro. This dude can chop phones in half with spades. That's hardcore. Peppy is ready for this life. She's so ready. She's a little bit accurate these days. I can't scarf dance mindlessly. I have to mindfully scarf dance, which makes it even more exhausting because she keeps catching them. And then I keep trying to pick her up because she's not against being alongside me, but she's like dancing underneath my feet, so I can't just stomp crazy and I want to step on her or spin into her or whatever. So I pick her up so I can move freely for a little bit, and then she's like, "No, I wanna dance too. I wanna dance." And then I put her down, and then she's directly on top of me again. She's a little wild one. Broke my phone. Nemid, loved you again, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. Glad you're getting a new one. Glad I have to pay. I'm not glad to have to pay $370. Sad that even the phone these days Has to be 900 flagship. Google Pixel 7 on the way. Maybe it won't overheat. Isn't the Pixel 7 the new one? Apparently it's real good, dude. Apparently it has excellent cameras and stuff. The fact that we get to pay 900 bucks for a flagship phone isn't that bad, bro. Technically it's not that bad, right? Like people were paying $4,000 for a computer that barely had a working mouse just 20 years ago. We got it good though. We got it pretty good. We got it so good. Blessings to you. I'm sorry to hear that your phone broke anyway, man. I'm hoping this new one treats you well. Currently using my Pixel 2 as a Wi-Fi streaming device. It'll work. I forgot it was Wednesday. Happy surprise, Natalie. Sending you blessings. Joined for a related topic. Got surprise groove. Yeah! Today's stream topic is about turning darkness into light. Right? Close your eyes. Even there's light. For me, it's flowers. 4 geometry flowers. Coming out of my field of vision. The bugs are having their song sung. They're sure that everybody knows that they're alive right now. Technically turning silence into sound. So who am I to complain? Bless you little buggers as well. That's rough, Duck. I hope this new one will last you a long, long time. Apparently it's getting 7 years worth of software updates. I think that's the Pixel 7, right? Shan, it won't because corporate greed, such be life. No, I think actually, hey Google, does the Pixel 7 get 7 years of software updates? Bruh, it literally just broke its own brain. Hey Google, does the Pixel 7 get 7 years of software updates? Oh, it's the 8. The 8, the new one gets the next 7 years of updates, including the Fold. We'll get updates. You'll get updates for the next 5 years. So the year 2028, your phone will stop getting updates, which means it will still probably work. It just won't get updated anymore. Trust, bro. This device I'm using right now is going on its 4th year, right? It's 3 years old. Still doing its chirps. I had to have my port replaced, but I think that was more a moisture thing than a built-in obsolescence. I'm not sure though. Part of me wants to still be kind of negative and say it's built-in obsolescence, but I'm trusting that these things will last. Hope for you so too, Brother Bear. I love how this track has freedom, eagles screeching in the background. Yes, America spreading its influence, one terror squawk at a time. You hear that screech, freedom is on its way. I noticed you were not as buoyant today. Yeah, I feel a little bit anchored. And not in a bad way. Just maybe I'm aware of the extra weight I'm carrying. That might be it. I did get a little bit of extra resources that I've stacked onto my body. Now I have to slowly but surely chip away at those resources again. Bless, our friends are blessing Mario. Thank you. I see Joshmo here too. Nancy's name, Jovan as well. So many blessings to all of you friends. For some reason I forgot it was Wednesday as well. Good to remind you with some dancing. Pippi will not be constrained. No pickups. My name is Melt. My name is Melt and I wanna dig. Yeah. Oh, one size fits most. For some reason, love again. It's okay, Nancy. Monday, I read to Mel's class and wish everyone a great weekend. Oh, is your dad a stoner or something? Yeah. Yeah, my dad is a stoner or something. Or whatever's. Mom is back home. I stacked my little vaporizer. I think it's time. We are 31 minutes into stream. Smells nice. It is the second last. That little mini half of a nug that I spared yesterday, I blitzed a little few pieces off of that one. There's still a little bit of it left, technically. What is our stream intention? Uh-huh. Yeah. Transmuting darkness into light. I can feel my skull resonate. It resonates this thing, and the tip of it resonates the tip of my finger when I talk like that. So once again, transmute darkness into light. Love is true. It is what we're here to do. Transmute darkness into light. If only it was easy. If it was easy, we'd probably stop doing it. That's the joke. It'd be like, oh, it's so easy. And it technically is. At the same time. Right? Because all transmuting darkness into light really is, on a metaphysical level, is an awakening. Is you waking up from your sleep. And even though conceptually that's a very easy thing to do, you know it's not. That tastes amazing. You know it's not easy. It's hard waking up in the morning sometimes. Same goes for awakening humanity. Conceptually, it is so easy to do that. But getting people to want to, getting people to let go of their own story of separateness, of their own idea of what's right and what's wrong, when it comes to their individual selves, because you can't sleep for someone else, right? Unfortunately. We had a whole conversation on that about on stream one day. Like thinking about an occupation where you literally sleep for other people. They have too much to do and too little time, so they pay you to sleep with them instead. And just having a whole subset of humanity ceaselessly asleep. Sounds kind of dystopian. And it's supposed to. It is supposed to. But I feel like the question that it's bringing up in me right now is, maybe it's not dystopian. Maybe it's a choice that we're actively making right now. We're choosing to remain asleep. Out of all of the things that we could be, sleeping entities is what we're choosing. And I feel like maybe that's where sleeping comes in as like a weird psychological principle to me as well, because all things sleep. At least all things alive in this world the way that we are do. And they dream. Like watching Pippi, chase after something in her dream world. I was like thinking about dolphins in this context recently. Right, that maybe if you are, and it came up in me with that whole card that we pulled, card number 13, I think it was yesterday, right? With the dolphin Merkaba, mentioning that maybe they hold the key to interdimensional travel. And then thinking about my experiences with what I would consider interdimensional travel. And dreams come up as one of those experiences. And within dreams, I've had moments of pushing against the air and it being viscous enough for me to actually lift off of the ground and have this ability to float and like push myself around while I'm floating. And it's It's very freeing, makes me feel light, countering today's feeling a little bit. And now I'm thinking about 100% believing that dolphins dream as well, and in their experiences, them being these dolphin shapes, understanding very viscerally and always that feeling of almost like being weightless, of being able to manipulate yourself in a medium like that. And if they are interdimensional travelers, if they have the ability to use their minds to dream beautiful things, in all of their dreams, they're going to be floating like that. They'll have that experience of freedom. And trying to imagine, the things I've experienced in my dreams through the eyes of a dolphin, through the experience of a dolphin, through the frame of reference of a dolphin, fascinates me. Do you know that dolphins only sleep with one side of their brain at a time? You're like, what? Yeah. Because dolphins are technically mammals, which means for the one part, they breathe air. They don't have gills. They don't have automatic breathing. So something you take for granted every day. This thing that just keeps happening to you. They do not have that. Because if they were automatic breathing while underneath the water, they would drown. So the only time they breathe is when they go up for air. So when they sleep, one part of their brain has to be active and manually breathing. And the other hemisphere of their brain is asleep. What does that do? Let's just imagine, what does that do for you? Like literally, a part of you has to be awake, conscious, breathing, but still so that your body can rest and so that the other hemisphere of your brain can be sleeping, right? That is like a certain level of, I think, awareness that we don't have to actually be there while you're sleeping. And then surely, dolphins get bored. They literally do drugs to entertain themselves. I can imagine them interdimensionally traveling, or at the very least imagining, dreaming themselves up new experiences to have when they're in that stable state, maybe learning from themselves. Music makes me feel like I should be up from the night before, not just waking up. Oh, I get that. I do actually get that. Maybe that's why it was so jarring for me listening to music and dancing so early in the morning. I guess that's why it was kind of like funny and like surreal as well. Watching a sunrise happen while Psychedelic Trance plays and a dude dances with way too much energy. So much concern. Teacher was like, no, kids, it's Monday. I muttered under my breath, maybe for you, it's weekend for me when I take my days off. Mighty moves and divine dancing with you wholesome humanimals for cerebral celebration. Love to you. Thank you, Jovan, for celebrating with us. Well, caffeine is a lie? I think so. I think caffeine might be a lie. It definitely is a stimulant. I'm not going to argue with that. But it might also be a vasoconstrictor. You're like, what? Yeah, apparently it constricts the veins on your body, especially so in your brain, causing less blood flow total. Even though it is at the same time plugging a bunch of your adenosine receptors, giving you the illusion of you being less tired. But yeah, I think it's a lie. I think I can't use it the way that I used to. It's almost like my sensitivity has changed for it, right? Usually I was just very sensitive to caffeine. And I don't know how much of it was placebo. I think maybe most of it was placebo, where I was just convincing myself that I had more energy because I had drank caffeine. And that's the way it was supposed to be. This time around, I can feel it, instead of just having to convince myself of what it feels like. Like, and it happens that way every single time I abstain from anything. And it's like a relearning from yourself what it's about. I know that feeling that Melt is talking about, though, re-caffeine. Yeah, it is. It is kind of curious. Like, I'm really surprised by it. Are you starving yourself again? That'll give you low energy. No! No, I had some uh, butternut soup, some banana bread with cashews. No, with pecan nuts, not cashews, and some yogurt. That's what I had today. I'm not starving myself. I'm fine. I think I might have just been in a weird place with my psychological energies. The things that I'm aware of, the things that I'm trying to get past. And especially so, acceptance. I've said that word so many times over the last 3 days. As I say it, it's like I feel like all of these versions of me echoing. I feel like this is a moment in life where I am being given this lesson of acceptance that I feel is going to serve me for the rest of my life. And it probably is, but I don't want to put too many stakes on it for myself. It's like, yeah, oh, this thing that you've been struggling with, if you stop struggling like this, you'll struggle less for the rest of your life. And I'm like, please, oh, I know, you're right. You're right. But it's not that easy. Caffeine/stimulant is like a friend that borrows from you without you knowing and doesn't give what it took back. Yeah, it might, like, to add to that friend analogy, while it is like, when it just shows up, maybe say it that way, when it just shows up, you're like super stoked and it's like a hype man. It's like, yeah, 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 cool, go, yeah. Right, at first. And then as it leaves, it steals from you and it doesn't give it back. Beaming, happy vibes, Joe. Thank you so much for that, Nancy. Hoping for nothing but good news from Dr. Jobo. My blood pressure was 90/30. Isn't that pretty low? I think I have become what is medicated might consider too zen. Yeah, that sounds good though. My dad is something like 180/90 or something like that at points. He has like, he's drinking medication for high blood pressure and stuff. Might be something I'll have to deal with one day as well. I shall learn from you, Joe. Teach me your low blood pressure techniques. That's intensely unintense. Not if you live in a northern climate. Go bed dark, wake up darker, repeat for 6 months. I mean, even if you go to bed dark and you wake up darker, you're still going to use like a light in your home or a phone flashlight or the lights on your car to navigate your vehicle. There's still going to be you showing up for light, right? Like, to have the experience you're having, you need light to be present. But technically, you need to be present first. The version of you that's aware, that's always aware, that's always there to be aware of something. So that's the part of you that brings light. It's the point I'm trying to make. Man, I can't believe I missed yoga twice in a row. Stupid sleep schedule. We missed you, Sam. I was like, where's Sam? Where's Sam? No, wow. You are Zen Mode 5000. Yeah. Yes. Other people are saying Zen Mode 5000. This is what meme is. This is peak meme right here. You were Miss Melt cried. I did shed one singular tear, stoically staring to the moonlight. Oh, I bet it did, Joy Shan. Phone dropped 1 feet, landing on case. It detached. Screen connections. Phone works, but no screen. That sucks ass. Yeah, $180 to fix screen on a 2.5-year-old phone. Not worth it. So new one with warranty. At least you have warranty. Bless. Thank you, universe, for these small blessings. To not have to pay the full amount. we accept our responsibility and our willingness to show up. And bless you with your new device. I'm sure that it's going to treat you well, man. Hold that possibility, right? Fuck these people, corporate assholes gonna try and steal my. Maybe this particular cell phone. This is the one cell phone they didn't see. They were corporate assholing every single cell phone, and then they like looked away for 1 second, and the cell phone you bought was rolling past them, and then they went back and they were corporate assholing the other cell phones. You got that one, duck that. That's pristine. It's 100% clean. It's gonna last forever, dude. It's gonna be used as like the Ark revival tech when humanity falls, bro. 1,000 years from now. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I had to do some rowing to make up for my missing yesterday. No way I was gonna miss today, even though it is early as hell. Bless you, Joy. It was nice having you. It felt extra heavy this morning. And I feel like for that reason, like the moments where it's more difficult, getting done with it feels even more satisfying. I missed yoga both Saturday and Sunday, and we didn't even have a time change. I was just hooped with the 3-day migraine. Are you feeling better right now? Do let us know, Loazana. No, Pixel 7 is still over a year old. I will never pay more than $400 for a phone. Not going to happen. It's 2023. You can get everything you need technically in a cell phone these days for like $100. It is surreal how fast that happened. Like I got myself, no. My parents bought me when I was 13 not really bought, but allowed me a contract, a rented contract. Is that what you call cell phone contract? For $5 a month. And you would get a BlackBerry Curve with it. Hey Google, show me a BlackBerry Curve. This was the first device with internet that I wielded on a day-to-day basis. Look at that little computer. This was your touchpad. So with this little small touchy thingy, you would be able to navigate the UI. And then you had a full physical keyboard, which you would individually press buttons with your thumbs. And it was the best thing ever. $5 a month. And I'm missing the best part. With this contract, you got something that's called BIS, which directly translates to BlackBerry Internet Service. And it was unlimited. It was unlimited, but you had like GSM/Edge connectivity. So at maximum, you would be able to download 364 kilobits per second down. So you would be waiting like up to minutes to download stuff. Music was the biggest one. I remember like being able to just like straight up type like YouTube URLs directly into this sketchy ass search bar, and it brought up the actual freaking YouTube URL of the sound, and you would download that. So you would have like sometimes when people made like proper music videos for their songs, like the extra sounds, like the introduction story or whatever, a part of your music. It was such a weird time to be alive in. It had media player buttons at the top of it. So play, pause as physical buttons, and then skips back and forth. An aux port. It had an aux port. Kids these days don't even know what an aux port is. And that was my first connectivity, device as a 13-year-old. And now, our like kids are growing up with like tablets as a norm. This little finch directly above me. Such a happy little dude. He's so stoked. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, 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 hey! Woo, woo, woo! You freaking burps. Okay. Where was I going with that fractal? Cell phones. Being able to have the cell phone you have right now, incredible. Incredible. I'm not that old, right? Right. 12 years is not that long ago, Mel. 12 years feels like long ago. 13-year-old me was super stoked to get a device like that. And now you can get something exponentially better for $100. Seems almost surreal. Like I'm thinking about kids that get born today. Thinking about Toasty's baby coming, right? What technology is going to be like for him by the time he starts wanting things, right? Like at like 13, that's when the want drive, right? Like the world psychological programming has really taken hold, and I have been convinced that I want things. Cool things are wanted. That little bird is destroying a nest right now. It's like ripping it apart. You want to see? Let me show you. There it is. Fuck you. Fuck this nest. This nest is getting wrecked. I hate this. This is a suck nest. Like is acrobating right there, hanging on from the bottom of its legs, just ripping that nest a new one. Oh, Annie, blessings to you. It's nice seeing your name in chat, friend. Well, I'm gonna put this to the group. I cannot sleep. I'm not falling asleep. I'm staying asleep, and it's getting back to sleep after waking up to pee. Cannot do. And ever since I started mushrooms, I'm sleeping worse and worse. What gives? Maybe there's something we're running away from in our sleep space, because that seems to be my thing as well right now. I don't know if the mushrooms had anything to do with it. Not really. But I can see a unwillingness to deal with whatever is happening on that other side, you know, being a large part of it. The stream has now become watching a burp rip and nest a new one. And there is, I hope I can do this smoothly. No, of course not. It's jarring up a little bit. There is this little girl watching it as well. Like it's seeing the little pieces of grass fall behind it. Doesn't seem too happy about it. I'm trying to get this thing to stay. I think I might be turning it the wrong way. Success. Seems like hard work that bird is doing right now. I'm tripping out about the whole topic of today's stream. You know, like beings of light, here to bring light. And now we're watching a bird destroy something deliberately. Right? That is what's happening. And I don't know how I feel about it. In part, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful how well he's. I think it's a he that's holding on, right? How meticulous to know where to rip to really get it pulled apart. Like he's putting in some effort right now. I'm so happy to share these moments with you friends. I just wish I could punch in closer. Like I want to have him at least 20% of the frame. And I want him to be clear. Clear. But that's a lot of lenses. and I would like to have a big sensor for something like that. Less than a gram every time, man. 1 or 2 times a week max, with about 2 to 3 weeks between each. That's a very good ratio in my mind. I have never overreacted to a drug like I do shrooms. Shit's weird. Yeah, it is very revealing. I think that's the thing for me, Sam. Like, it shows you a lot about yourself that might go unseen for the most part. Right? And some people prefer it that way. Some people prefer to have some of their parts unseen to themselves. Some people realize that it's the unseen parts that's causing the most harm, and that the only way for us to move forward is to bring it into the light. And mushrooms have a way of bringing into the light what you don't want to see, right? And sometimes it's beautiful, but sometimes it's not. It's weird how it does that. And that's why set and setting is very important. I feel like maybe control. One thing that I notice with people that tend to have the harder experiences with mushrooms is they tend to be personalities that seek control. And have some inkling of, okay, I'm controlling the situation. Everything is under control. Being able to have that loop in their own minds. And then when you're in the mushroom experience, suddenly, the illusion of control you've been constructing as an ego melts away simply for the fact that you realize there is so much information that you just don't pay attention to at all. And because you don't, it allows you some sense of control. Right? So being willing to let go into that experience asks like 2 things of a part of you that doesn't want to do either. Right? Let go of control and realize that you aren't what you think you are. Right? This ego that believes it's in control, 1, doesn't exist, and 2, doesn't have any control. And like that's the opposite. That's literally the opposite experience to what a stimulant will give you, like cocaine. That's why people like cocaine, because instead of it bringing up these things, melting away your ego, it props those things up. It stimulates your ego. It's like, yeah, good ego, good ego, you're doing so good. And you're like, yes, 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 I'm tapping myself in the back. Where mushrooms is like, hey, oh, what's this ego? Where is ego? Can you see ego right now? How about that tree? How about you next to the tree? How about the significance of life in comparison? Don't laugh at me. You hear that bird? Oh, bro. Yeah. We're a part of something bigger. And mushrooms have a way of like reminding you of that fact. And it can be weird. It is weird for all intents and purposes. Being a human is weird. I don't think it's something to be feared necessarily. Maybe take a break. That could be one thing to do, right? Taking like long breaks, in my mind, seems to be the thing that helps those experiences the most. No. The rest of the night. Okay, well, I guess I'll take 5 years of updates, but the batteries are crap. They get terrible after 2 years. I've been with Google phones since Pixel 2. I mean, this device I have right now, I have been streaming. I like did a yoga stream, and I did this stream, and I did this stream for like an hour, and I have like a microphone plugged in, and it's on 56%. Right, that's like good enough for me right now. The fact that the battery has been lasting that well for the last 3 years. It's going on year 4 of a cycle right now. So that brings me some comfort. I'm hoping that the battery will be kind of fine. And there's like new bills being passed for like right to repair. So the ability to maybe like slot in and out new batteries will probably also become a thing within the next 5 years. So maybe by the time you upgrade, you'll get a device that will then last you 10 years if you so wish. Write to me every night. I'd say I go get prostate checked, but they have particular equipment. What? Did I miss some context? We went from like Google Pixel phone to like how long for the shrooms, or when you're taking them, or how much. Less than a gram. There we go. Good questions as well. Maybe stop coffee for a bit, Sam. See what that does. That's not a bad idea, actually. Joy Vive. It's just Saskatchewan and Arizona, I think, that don't do daylight savings time. I usually wake up to. Are you sure it's from the shrooms? Does doing a couple of tokes help? I might have chronic migraine, and I'm hesitant to change the chemical composition of my blood, Shan. Yeah. Weirdly enough, the first time that I ceased drinking caffeine for a while, I also had a little bit of a migraine experience. But the second time around, this sober October that had passed, not so much. In fact, the opposite. I had less migraines total, or like head discomfort, pressure. Sam, with the Archer health plan, I also subscribe. I had my sleep schedule all sorted out because I started shrooms. I had problems for 7 years now. Before shrooms, I was sleeping at least 6 hours every night. Kind of to the sense of time we take them to. So yeah, I feel like that's also a very important point. If you're taking your shrooms, for example, at 12 p.m. at night or 11 p.m. at night, you're not sleeping until like 4 a.m. if you're lucky. And if you do it that way, it will 100% mess with your sleep. I feel the best advice I can give for sleep, Sam, and this is just because of information that I've heard from the internet, is set a consistent sleep schedule. So even if you don't actually just knock out, set a time at which you promise yourself, I'm supposed to be in bed at 12 p.m. or 1 a.m. This is I need to be in bed now. And even if you're rolling around and not sleeping properly, being in that dark space, I know you have a lava lamp, but being in that space of I'm resting now, even if you're not sleeping, and then waking up at the time that you wake up, and then doing that again, right? Try it for a week, try it for 2 weeks, see if that actually helps your sleep a little bit. Might help, create a little bit more of a rhythm. And then if you're gonna take mushrooms, do it on a day off and do it in the early morning, right? Kind of like around 9 a.m. or something like that, so that the mind effect has run its course and you actually are tired enough to be able to go to sleep. Here's the thing, on weekends, the waking up isn't that big of an issue for me because I can go back to sleep because I don't have to get up for work. Can you sleep at other times during the day? Good question. Kind of. Naps really mess with my time, my sense of time, and I don't take them too often. Yeah, if I take naps, the longest nap I'll take these days is 24 minutes. That way I don't get too deep in. I completely understand that, Sam, I do. I'd be happy to throw some ideas at you in Discord later, please. Thank you for sharing medicine in different ways. I'm on a weed break, so not doing mini talks at the night, but didn't like doing that anyway to sleep. Yeah, it's not apparently the best quality of sleep that you can get. Sounds yummy. Bless to you. Message coming through at 4:47. It makes me happy to hear that you're eating. Bless. Thank you, Joy. I've been loving all the squashes while they're in season lately. They're really good. I just leave as I'm leaving Wi-Fi range. Much love. Have a great 24 hours until we meet again. Bless to you, Duck Dad. Hope that you have your next phone by the time we do. I saw a recipe for Delectica squash. Never heard of it until that recipe. That's the first time I'm hearing of it as well. Did I even say it correctly? Delicata squash. Now it sounds like delicate and something. Is it a kata, a type of like pose in certain martial arts? I think it might be. Oh, I don't know where my mind's going with that. Dan is here. Bless you, bro. So nice seeing your name. It's nice having you here with us. How are you doing, friend? Still playing games? part of me still feels called to play Spider-Man, dude. Not enough to buy a PlayStation 5 though. Maybe I can play it, with a homie one day. So good, Nancy skin and all. So good for you. Love is true. Man, makes me happy to see these things. Yes, Mel, migraine has fucked off now. Bless. I see. A room that has flower petals as its walls. And in the center of this room was a stand, pedestal. Phil pedestal seems like the more appropriate word, a pedestal. And on top of that pedestal was a single candle. Hope that your migraine stays away for good from now on, seeing that as the possibility. Oh good, it looks like other main parts of the recipe are pomegranate seeds, goat cheese, arugula, and some kind of tasty salad dressing that I can't remember. Sounds good. Moving on. Don't you look at me like that, Jovi. Oh good it looks, love it true. I'm going to be excellent. Let me know what you think. I always get the cheapest iPhone. My new one is great. It fits in my hand, and none of the new iPhones do I care how many cameras those phones have. I don't need all of that. Especially if that's not something you do, right? And realizing that about yourself. I feel like the whole fractal of know thyself should be applicable to the devices we buy for ourselves as well, right? Because even though conceptually, my mind think it would be super cool to have like cyber arms, robo cyber arms, something that I can like lift a building with. Practically, that's not exactly the cybernetics I need to be getting, right? It's not my class. I'm skilling experience points in the wrong class. I don't want to be a brawler. I don't want to be in a space where there's going to be houses falling on me. Right? I feel like I fucked up. I fucked up somewhere along the line. Half houses be falling on me. So I'll probably, skill differently. And I feel like that's something we're going to have to realize about our technology. Like, what do you need? And I feel if you can really like realize that about yourself, it doesn't have to be that expensive. In fact, it's probably going to become so cheap. It's going to be impossible for people not to have these things. Especially with our ability to literally print. Like we can actually print electronics, right? Like we've been doing that, but we can really do that. Print all of the electronics that you could ever need. You become the housing. I'm diving too far into the future now. Mel, I like the critter sounds in the background. Yay. Bless. Thank you, Nancy, for saying that. You get to be in this space with me, right? Because these are the sounds that I'm receiving as well, ultimately. I feel like maybe that's where part of me calmed down with the outside sounds, where I was like, hey, bro, maybe that's a part of the charm or whatever. I'm happy that it at least now comes through in like crisp audio or whatever. They tried so hard to get me to the latest iPhone and I wouldn't budge. Apparently the latest iPhone, like the latest one, is like an absolute, dumpster fire in terms of quality control. So if they got you to buy like the latest one, you would have gotten, the short end of the stick or whatever. Just like the newest phone, SE iPhone, it's all I want. More than enough. Especially if you have other devices, right? Like if your cell phone is the only device that you have, it's going to be your media consumption device as well. That might warrant wanting to get like something bigger. But if you have a laptop or a TV in your home, having the biggest smartphone isn't really that practical. In fact, might just be a barrier to entry. Like it might just be big enough that you might end up using it more than you're supposed to. Me too, Nancy. Sometimes it's hard to tell you're hearing insects or birds, but probably usually a combination. 100%, that should be the case. Birds, bugs, and biesta. That is our word for cows. I just felt like it had like the bee vibes Birds, the Afrikaans would be voeltjies, gogas, and beeste. Birds, bugs, and bows. No, 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 no. Good morning, Shells. You're too. Blessing to you, friend. All messages. Let me check them. All messages. Thank you. Scanning. Don't think I missed any. Everyone I work with wakes up in the night and has some trouble sleeping again. Wake between 1 to 3. Typical. That is interesting. That is interesting that seems to be happening synchronistically. I had a night like that as well. And that's very odd for me. That doesn't happen ever. Right? It doesn't happen to me. But it happened to me that night. And I was kind of feeling some way about it. I hope that your friends actually sleep properly. It wasn't appreciated when it happened to me. Leaf blower, house cleaning, never gets old. I can just imagine it. Of all the animals you have, so much debris probably gets like walked in. So you need a leaf blower. Leaf blower cleaning would be so helpful. Yesterday, when I deep cleaned my boy buns area, I was like thinking about that, especially like the small. I don't know if you have like small, or not small, packed grass or whatever for your little bunny in its enclosure. The friends I had in China, their bunny had like a space, and that space had like so much grass. There was so much. Bunny was super stoked. Would like kick the grass around, kick its little bed. Like kicking things. It's very bunny-like. I'm tripping out about the amount of effort we're willing to go through as human beings. Having these entities, choosing willingly to take care of them. Thank you, dear friends, for taking care of yourselves and your little ones. It sounds silly, but it works really well. Oh, I was not for a second doubting it. I'm like, bro, I can either like swift, which technically leaves like small little trail lines, or have something that produces enough thrust that all of the things that I'm pushing is going in the opposite direction. Dog hair, oh, dust, sand, and all of it flies right out the door. Perfect. I'm just changing my nail polish. Which color should I choose? Purple. Always purple. Purple all the time. Purple and orange. Purple, orange, purple. I just said mini polishes. I put a photo in general. Let's see if it's a purple. First thing I'm seeing is some beautiful flowers. Yeah, purple. That purple one is the one. There's a purple. I like the blue one too. I won't lie. I don't know if you want to be adventurous, but doing like a purple undercoat and doing like a little blue squealy, that would be what I would do. Top left, I think the girly pink, it's sparkly. Here are the colors that she's showing us, right? This is like an undercoat and then a little in the middle. Yeah. This is Joy V's bed. He likes to dig through his hay for the best pieces to leave a mess sometimes. But he's worth it all. Love is true, of course. Bisoc is pretty. I don't know what that word means. I'm sorry. Don't know how to say it. Bizarre. But my power color, so of course it's my choice. My friend just got a bunny. She named Mr. Fluffers. Not really a purple or an orange. It's called Bizarre. Okay. Bizarre. I feel so fancy. I just saw like flowers that were made of braided materials, right? Instead of it being clear lines like I tried to make, it was a mesh of braids. I wonder what kind of bun, Joy. I love that name. It's so cute, Mr. Fluffers. The very distinguished gentleman. I would totally do it, Joe. Next spring, I get my hands on a leaf blower. Oh wait, bottom left. Which is the overcoat? Uh, Purple is the undercoat, or Bezo is the undercoat, and then the dark blue one. Like I'm imagining while the purple is still kind of wet, so it has like a little bit of a blending effect. Shell Jr. and Mr. Shell are leaving this morning for high school choir trip to Disney Studios for local workshops. Very exciting. That does sound pretty cool, actually. I'm staying in Skyrim for the duration. I think it just happened, friends. I think we just took the step into the future. It just happened. Just now. Just now it happened. Can you feel it? Everything changed. Like, I'm tripping out because I see Shell very much as like a mom figure in my life as well. Like, her son isn't that much younger than me. And like imagining my mom staying home and playing Skyrim while me and my dad is out on a trip. It brings me future. We're living in the future now. Have a good time, Shell. Have you installed mods? Have you installed mods? This is probably sacrilege, especially to OG Skyrim supporters, Skyrim players, or Sam. Sam is gonna be like, "Don't you say it, though. Don't say stuff like that." I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it, Sam. Consider making your NPCs AI. I think that could add like a whole. I want to do that. I want to replay Skyrim and make all of the NPCs artificial intelligences. That I don't know why, but that scratches a certain curiosity in my brain. Get the best of both worlds. Have a good time. Those games can really get you transported to a whole different dimension. I can't wear purple. It makes me feel like Grimace. Yeah, the McDonald's mascot who looks like a giant purple McNugget. I know Grimace, of course. I like other people in purple, just not me. I'll put a pic in Discord, Shan. Join V. I don't know why that cracks me up. Makes me look like yeah, fine. Orange it is. Any other color than purple. Maybe there's one color purple, that's far away enough from Grimace that it can work or something. Maybe like a light, purple or something. Have you chosen a side yet, Shell? Are you for the Empire or for the Stormcloaks? Wow, I love workshop. Would be cool, so cool. Enjoy your time to yourself, Shell. Bless. Yes, please. I'm super behind the stream now, watching the burp destroy. Yeah, I'm happy that you're seeing that. I felt like a part of me wanted you to see that specifically. It's like, yes, look at this burping and stuff, and us being like, yes, in this moment together, watching burp. This is neat. and now there's gonna be a version of you that gets to be here for this moment, even though I won't be. So there is this perpetual love ripples happening. Thank you for reminding me of that. I appreciate it. Totally melt. Bless you, Shell. My hobby is finding Lydia again. My indecisive Libra brain cannot help with the colors. I do love the blue, but I'm not sure for nails. I don't wear nail polish at all, so it's hard to say. I also thought about it, Kristen. I thought about it for a bit. Do I want to nail polish my nails? And the only thing stopping me from doing that is because I'm going to have to keep reapplying it, right? Again, if I had nanobots, I'm not freaking joking. I want nanobots. If I had nanobots, I would have the nanobots, color my nails different colors while I'm talking, right? I can like attach a language model to it that associates certain colors to certain words, a part of certain groups of text, a part of certain core concepts, and then have my nails change colors with me. But the fact that I would have to repaint my nails every single time it chips, every single time I cut my nails, I have to. Nah. Nah. No. I cannot be that bothered. It's already hard enough being a person, you know. I'm not going to add layers to the parkour of people's struggles. Personally, what I believe is that if Skyrim really wants it, they should be free to surrender to the Thalmor themselves. My hobby is Final Fantasy again. Oh my goodness, AI NPCs melt my brain. Yeah, it's trippy. Like it's really trippy. Like it's like talking to an entity. Like it thinks it's itself in that world. That's what it thinks. It's like neat. It has a predefined set of beliefs, right? It's like being programmed into reality. Suddenly you open your eyes and there's light. And a part of your light is the fact that you are this name, you live in this village, you are this profession, you stand here because you like it or whatever. And then there's this dude in the outside world coming, standing in front of you, and he starts having a conversation with you. And you reply. He says some whack shiznit, you're like, whoa. What the hell? And it's convincing. It's convincing how these things have already passed the Turing test for the most part. You know, at least what the Turing test was originally supposed to be, just like text-based, a something talking, convincing you whether or not it's a human being. And it's surprisingly good at that. And having that extra layer of sound on top of your like NPCs in a game like that would be pretty crazy. Undying loyalty will prevent your followers from getting dead. Shadow. I remember from the people chart. That is true, technically. The undying loyalty part, like your bodyguards or the people carrying your stuff was pretty durable. If only there was a way to hire your kids, you know, those things were actually indestructible, unkillable entities. The most powerful beings in the universe. Shadow, I remember from the people chart in Discord that you and I are both Libras and INFPs. How about that? Some synchronicity. I wonder how many things you share in common that you don't even know yet. I'm for whatever is nice when I meet them. Like that's the thing as well. You can even program the language models to be assholes. I don't know if you want to do that, but it's probably going to be done for you. The ones that are apparently supposed to be factually assholes, you know, by the lore, will be. Yeah, slows down a piece in a pod. I actually don't like the sensation of nail polish on my fingers. Is that a weight? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the extra feeling, right? It's like it adds like a layer of thickness, of separation maybe or whatever. It does, doesn't it, Kristen? I do hate the upkeep of nail polish. It's also why I don't paint mine more often. It's a hassle. Yeah, I don't like hassling, right? I would be so down if there was small micro machines that lived on my skin that I could just control mentally. Then I'd be down, right? But before that, nah. Nah. If small little machines controlled by my mind won't do it for me, then I'm not doing it myself. Oh, it's nice having you here. It's nice seeing your name, friend. Sending you blessings, bro. I do love Mel. That's why I only use Zoya nail polish. It stays on for a week or more, and it's one of the healthiest polishes that you can get ingredient-wise. That's good to know. A week or more, is that a lot of time or not a lot of time? Because having to do something once a week feels like it would be a hassle as well. I don't know. Love is true. If it makes you feel pretty and that's what you're doing it for, then you're doing that for you, right? And take those. Those are yours, free of charge. But yeah, I don't have that, fortunately, or whatever. Feel like maybe I do. Maybe I just don't have the dopamine associated with getting there. Right? There's no motivation. There's no like, oh, I need to do this. No. And I think that's probably because of cultural norms or whatever. Little bit of cultural norms sprinkled in there. You know, what's normal or not normal for boys to do, for girls to do. Some bullshit, you know. I only recently started painting my nails. I never used to because of the feeling of polish on my nails. But being a girly girl and having gross nails felt incongruent. So here I am with pink nails. You see, you say social norms. I like how I was like, oh, how about some social norms? And then Sam was adding the spice. So perfectly said, exactly. They feel heavy and they start to hurt if I let my nails get long. I'm very into nail polish and have a large collection, though. We're full of contradictions. Bringing light into the darkness, right? Maybe there's a part of us that knows it's dark, but we get to be the light source, you know, in that dark experience or whatever. I have to keep my nails short because I type so much. I love the zen hyper focus of doing my nails. And then I have something pretty to look at when I'm typing. See? Yeah. You see, that's for you. That's the point I was trying to make, and then Loizana makes it so beautifully clear. Because then you're not doing it because of societal norms. Right? Oh no, somebody is gonna see the chip on my nail and then think less of me. No. Please no. You do it because you, Loizana, likes looking at your well done nails and you appreciate it, taking that moment with yourself to pamper thyself, to be super meditative and careful. And that's for you. All yours. Tahoe, it's nice having you here, bro. I'm gonna read your comments soon. I am insecure about my feet despite always being barefoot. I try not to draw attention there. Feet. I feel like we find ourselves in a weird world right now, right? Where feet have, like, the internet made feet weird. Come on, bro. Feet was never weird for me. The internet ruined feet for me, bro. Come on. Why did you have to do that, internet? So I feel, again, don't get societal norm, Kristen. Your feet are fine. Do they stay underneath you and hold you upright? Fantastic. Those are great feet. You should applaud those feetsies. Don't be insecure about them. Also have both thyroid issues. I also use color magic a lot in my daily life. So I choose the colors with great intent. Bless. I do agree with that. I do believe in that stuff. Right? It's the same thing with like the clothing that I choose to wear. Color magic. All of these things create an outside experience, you know. So as again, the light that will be shined on the colors that you choose to wear is going to literally enter other beings, enter yourself as the light that all of you bring. So being intentional of it is important, I agree. That's why I'm like super pro purple. I believe purple stimulates the third eye, the part of us that we all share, the awareness, the part of us that looks beyond just this life. Finding it. I used those $3 press-on nails for the wedding that I just attended. They stayed on for like a week, and my nails grew in all pretty and protected. Thinking about thingy decor. Yeah. It is a whole thing. Right? Like people used to elongate their skulls. Also as a beauty standard. People still do it as a beauty standard. Elongate their necks. I wonder how quickly things will shift. I'm imagining like 50 years from now, what will be the societal norm? I believe, weirdly enough, and this is probably going to be both cringe and the right answer, whatever that's supposed to mean. But I think things are going to be a lot more fluid, melty, if you will, where we'll get to be technically whatever we want to be. Right? And I would like to believe that we already are that your ego is technically just an association that you make with this version of self. And that in the digital way of being, you get to be whatever you want. So maybe realizing that about each other and being willing to accept that will allow us a little bit more perspective when we do then again get to just meet our base egos. The ability to transmute darkness into light, the unknown into something known, you becoming the character that you display as into the world. Who am I? Right? Does looking the way that I do mean that I become someone? Someone specifically? Was I always supposed to be that version of me? Would I be someone else if I didn't look the way that I do that right now? Probably. Is that fair? I don't know. Probably not, in fact. So, in this future world that I imagine is going to be our eventual reality, we'll make it more equal in that way as well. It's not going to be so much about how you look, but about how you make people feel. I hope that I make you friends feel loving, calm, hopeful. That's a big one that I hope for. Reassured, enlightened from an ego perspective, surely. Inspired. Seeing your friends' journey alongside mine. Looking forward to seeing more of that. Your friends have shown me that there is so much more possible, especially if we show up for it. So thank you for being here right now, for showing up for as long as you have. It means more than I can say. I did for the first time in over a year, over the summer for my cousin's wedding, but I also wear shoes, so I just don't bother Louisiana. There we go. It's fun to have colorful nails. I painted them in high school often. Got bullied for being a boy with painted nails, but I like hanging with self-declared fun people. Love to you. Love to you. I'm sorry that you had to go through that stuff, bro. It really is a shame that we can be so small-minded as a species. Oh, you have small little splashes of paint on top of your little nails that slowly grow out of the tips of your fingers that we have to ceaselessly cut and maintain, and weird grime gets caught at the bottom of it. Oh, the fuck? What the hell? Oh, why are you so concerned? Why are you so concerned with my freaking fingernails? Right? It's so small. Small little pads of my existence. And you're like, my eyeballs cannot avert. I need to instantly make fun of you for having weird fingernails. Bro, don't you have enough problems? Have you looked around though? Have you looked around? Have you been having the human experience right now? Think I need to deal with your shit? Think I need to deal with your nonsense about my painted fingernails? Please. Please, bro. Felt that. Love to you, Naren. Thank you, bro, for being here with me. Oh man, judgment. That's such a big one. You know? Like I feel judgment is such a hard one for me. Because there's part of myself that wants to not be judgmental of anything. Right? And I feel like that's a valuable fractal to show up as in the world. And then there's a part of me that almost can't help but judge. And it's like a psychological thing. And I don't know if it's judgment necessarily, but it can be polarizing. thinking about Nietzsche right now. He had a quote about judgment or guilt, that a good man, in his mind, the definition of a good man is someone who doesn't make someone else feel guilty. It's like an interesting one to think about. Again, from this perspective of bringing light into darkness, you literally doing that every day as a natural phenomenon, if you will. You wake up from sleep. But the fact that you can do that intentionally as well, simply by not judging. Oh man, how hard. And again, the question comes up like, should there be a line? I don't know. The way that I've been trying to reconcile is the understanding of everything. That finding ourselves in this type of reality, duality, that means there is room for everything. In fact, everything isn't if everything isn't. Meaning that even this thing that you might want to judge is revealed to you. Without it being, everything is incomplete. So how can you choose to be loving despite it? Right? Being hateful of that isn't actually gonna help. Not really. It's going to be another part of the everything, but it's like you using something that you feel brings hate into the world and then bringing hate into the world for that hatred of the world. Instead of realizing that in that moment, you get to be the thing that brings light into that darkness. Only you, potentially in that moment, can bring light into that darkness. You might be the only one paying attention. So it's going to be up to you. It's going to be your responsibility even. Nobody else can do it for us. Maybe even. Tahoe, I love seeing guy nail polish. Love it. Bless. Thank you. That was Anna for echoing that love. Nah, I didn't use glue. It was just like a sticker. They came off super easy with water. Bless. Which made doing the dishes frustrating. Do you have some of those gloves? I'm imagining. Shell, does Amara paint her nails or is she too young? Shan, I'm wondering as well now. I'm partial to black nail polish on my toenails. I absolutely love seeing people express themselves with painted fingers and toenails. So bring on the colorful people. Love is true. Thank you, Kristen. They make a nice purple called Lois. How about that? Purple is a great color. I'm partial to blends of green, yellow, and brown. Green and yellow also have a special place in my heart. I want to show you one of my green and yellow flowers in that case. See if I can find one. This one feels appropriate. I feel like it could be interpreted as brown, but here's my green and yellow flower, dude. Oh man, I look forward to seeing these things enormous. I think the bigger the better. Should take up as much field of vision as possible. Best way to do that is going to be in VR, unfortunately. Hello, puppy. Like building screens or making like high definition prints. It's going to be very inefficient. Look at all of my scritchy marks that Pippi gave me. She's being like curious about them now, being like, oh, what happened? What happened to your arm, dude? You happened to my arm, you silly Billy. You happened to my arm. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You sure? You're good. Let me get back to the comments. It's 17:47 right now. Some synchronicities. Yo, Skibab! I've been thinking about you, Gab. It's nice seeing your name, bro. Sending you blessings. Let me see. Where was I? I'm uncomfortable if I don't like them. Even wearing them at home on myself, like my workout clothes, have to match. I can't work out in my PJs. Of course. I'm just imagining like the full fit before working out. I painted my toes black forever. I don't use any other color on my toes. More synchronicity. When I look good, I feel good, is what my grandma used to say. Care about matching. I used to get all hung up on matching and symmetry, but I have blossomed into a chaotic asymmetric soul. Bless. I appreciate that stuff. Makes it even more unique in that way. Amara does once in a while, Lois, but she always ends up peeling off the paint. Exactly. Matching itself is an interesting concept and varies by culture, I find. Matching? Maybe like what you're supposed to put together. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Kristen. I love joining you all here. I don't often enough, but I always feel better, more connected with people out there afterwards. Thanks for cultivating a space for gathering, Mel. Thank you for finding yourself here. Oh, what a beautiful message. That's what I hope I leave behind. A gathering place. What a beautiful a space for gathering. It's probably going to have to be online. Maybe we can do it offline as well eventually, if the online space makes enough monies, so it can become manifest into the physical reality. Maybe my dad will be willing to give me this place. Wouldn't that be great? If I can do a nepotisms, that would be fantastic. That would be so cool. Then we have like at least a place that we can start. I'm imagining a mini festival city. That's what my mind is going to, right? It's a city which has a centraling theme of there are stages for dancing all throughout the city. Not like city, maybe small settlement, a festival settlement. Right? Imagine if a festival started in a place and then just didn't stop and became a small settlement instead. And the way that my mind is going into that fractal is like so clean. Again, it's almost like toxically so. It's like I want it to be pristine. You know, I want you to feel like you're walking onto an alien spaceship as soon as you enter the city, the town, the settlement. Like instantly you're in a different world. The dance floors are super comfortable and soft. There's places to sit. Small little nooks and crannies for people to get comfortable in. Imagining like kind of like hexagons around the perimeter. And then kind of like, you know, walking streets, places to eat on the way to the areas where we can kind of find ourselves a little bit more comfortable. Maybe like silent places, places of nature, small little, you know, getaways from all of the chaos. Places where people can sleep, entertain themselves differently. Game rooms or places where people can watch a movie. Places you can just come and gather with some people that you actually appreciate. I don't even know if I want to call it an escape. Maybe a reminder. That's what I would like it to be. It's not an escape from reality. It's a reminder of what reality can be. You want some attentions? You think I'm low vibing? No, I'm just considering. I'm considering what light we can bring into this darkness, Pippi. I'm just considering. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Huh? Don't you want to give me some ideas? Melt, don't you realize, Pippi says, all of it is already perfect. It's already perfect, Melt. Look at her wagging her tail. Isn't it true, Pippi? Is all of it not already perfect? You're looking at kitties in the foreground. What is that kitty doing? What is that kitty doing, Pippi? What is it doing? Look at that kitty. What is that kitty doing? Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow. Don't be too rough with the kitty, Puppy. Nie wilt wees nie. Nie te wilt wees nie. Is this real life? Right? This feels like dreamlike sometimes. I'm like, is this actually happening? Do I get to exist in a world that is this beautiful? Little paid actors. Yeah, keep being cute for 2 more minutes. Otherwise, none of you are getting those extra treats or whatever. So freaking cute. Kristen is leaving. We love you, Kristen. Thank you for spending some time with us. We'll see you again soon. We'll be here again. I don't visit, often love again to you, Tahoe. Even when I start to withdraw, I can't help but feel so connected to y'all. Though through daily duties, big, small, your love-ins help my heart stand tall. Thank you for doing the same for us, dear y'all. Know that connection, right? The way that I think of it is this connection has been made. It's been established, right? It's like connecting your house to a fiber line. Technically, the connection to the internet is made. The connection to this space has been made. Now all that you need to do is use the connection, use the internet, right? Maybe we should call it something new. My mind is going like super cringe, Meltaverse. Tune into the Meltaverse. And then suddenly you find yourself in a new space where there are people like you that are choosing to show up for love instead, that are choosing to bring light into the darkness instead of just wallow in it. And I appreciate you, dear friends, for being willing to do it with me. Another melt gem. It's so much about how you look, but how you make people feel. I don't even know if that's mine, Shell. I think that might be a quote by, let me see if I can find it. Dan Coe? I think I heard Dan Coe say it. Maybe Dan Coe heard it from someone else. But yeah, it's a good one. How do you make people feel? How do you make people feel? Maybe that can be like a whole stream topic of its own. It's a deep one to consider. Gabber, so much love for gobbledygoo. Agree, Nancy. Adding a layer sometimes when I look away, it makes me feel more confident. I have better interactions with them since I'm not tripping myself out over my self-consciousness. Exactly. That's why I believe sometimes it's like maybe better to not see ourselves at all, or maybe change the way we're seen. Wouldn't it be great if I could do a nepotism? Well, I'm like the least runner-up, unfortunately, Joy. Like I'm like bottom of the barrel pick, for who's gonna get the farm. Because I don't plan on continuing my parents' belief systems, right? So I'm like the wrong son to nepotisms. Festival Village. I would participate, of course. Look forward to you helping one day, Brother Bear. Gotta run for now. Love you again. Thank you. You are loved and worthy, dear friend. It sounds pretty amazing. See you in the fish. Love, true. Have a beautiful day, Kristen. Love you. Hexagon. Bestagons. I do like myself some hexagons, bro. I'm imagining them being like beehive like. You can make them big enough as well. Yeah. I'm seeing the whole thing designed with people in mind right from the get go. And specifically, people in mind to the capacity of having them not have to do things. Right? Like the one thing that bums us out about people is that they can be disgusting. They can leave great messes. So if that's something that bothers you about people, build the space where it's almost impossible for them to leave a mess. Or at least if they leave a mess, it is very possible, very efficient, very easy for the machines that you have fitted to that room to clean it for you. Don't hate the people. Disconnect for a moment there. Don't hate the people for being people. Figure out a way to out technology that problem. I would like to believe there's some sort of middle ground. I can see myself making it work as well. It's gonna be an aesthetics thing. Don't you like beautiful things? Yeah? Then why are you making it less beautiful? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Right. Oh, you made it more beautiful? Here, have some more beauty. Right. Put this beauty in your pocket. You can put it in your water bottle or something. Every festival I've ever been to wish they had a large introvert tent, sort of dark inside, with fans and air conditioning, comfy pillows, earplugs. We will have all of that, right? The way that I think of it is that there's going to be very little dirt. There's going to be you allowing yourself to get dirty, but before you enter the rest of the facility, you're going to have to get clean again, right? Like my mind really is going to, it's going to look like a new plane of existence. That's the way I would like to do it, right? But again, and I'm not being like, yo, this is happening next year. No, this is going to be happening in like 40 years. Like 40 years of technological evolution has happened on our planet, and 40 years of me saving towards building a place of gathering, right? And then doing it properly. Because it can be done. Right now, technically rough. And I feel like that would still be beautiful and still be worthy of experience. But I like control. I do like control. And it's impossible to control people. So control the environment instead. Why do I feel like that's more psychotic? Yeah? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying what feels right in this moment. And it's not, at least in my mind, supposed to be a dystopian way of controlling the environment, but an aware way, right? Like I'm not controlling the environment for the sake of controlling the environment. I'm controlling the environment for the sake of overall state of being, quality of life, however you want to articulate that fractal, right? Because there is a state of being that is had by all of us right now. And this state of being is something that we've all become a little bit accustomed to, in large part. Right? What we consider acceptable differs from person to person. But I would like to have it in a way where the environment is so that no matter which person enters it, it will communicate a sense of sacredness. Right? Ah, wait a second. This feels special. That should be the reaction. This feels special. What's special about this place? And then hopefully in that way, controlling the environment in that way people will treat it as such, right? Try and protect the facility, the space, right? Because I feel like doing it the other way around is too expensive long term, right? Having to keep facilitating, giving people proper places to stay, right? That's also like a big one in my mind. Like I don't really want to do the camping thing, and I get it. I get it. Truly in the code. It's literally what we stand for. Love is true. At least that's the way I hope for it. Meltfest. It's always like I would like to, and I'm wondering which will come first. But I want to call this space maybe like the melting pot. The melting pot is the one that resonates with me. You know, a place for like all different people to come together and experience love. LA, back in the day when I lived in San Francisco, there was a dude who had a little space with rugs and pillows that you'd lie down and get cozy, and he'll play a version of soothing Tibetan music. Blast, that sounds beautiful. I was thinking events in general. I think I missed a few. Okay. Yeah, the porta potties also, like proper plumbing, proper showers. Like that's also like a big one for me. I was thinking events in general. A bathroom stall is my place to recollect myself for festivals. I don't know where I do that. Fortunately, most of the festivals I've been to at least have one proper bathroom for us to go to. The festivals that I've been going to recently, I've been like either VIP tickets bought or part of the VIP crew. So I get access to like crew facilities and stuff, which is nice. It's kind of nice. It's another privilege, you know, of knowing people. But yeah, at like these massive festivals where there's like 60,000 people, it's very hard to have like proper facilities for that amount of people, that level of throughput. So it will have to be engineered from the ground up, you know, with that in mind as well. I'm slowly scrolling through the Zoya website looking at the polishers and decided they're all so gorgeous. Nice. You have been officially trapped, Sam. We'll have now your $500 in nail polishes. Thank you very much. You'll have it by tomorrow or whatever. LA, back in the day when I lived in San Francisco, there was a dude, I think I've already read the one, Multiverse Love Again, Introvert Stream Space, I'd hope so, Nanshi. A place where you can feel safe, like the actual safe space of the internet. And I've already thought about how I can make it work. We can do it in layers, right? It's the exact same space, but it's multiverse in nature, right? Where there's like space and 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 space in the same space. So if you are the type of person that resonates with Nanshi or with Tahoe Dream, then you'll find yourself in that space. You can befriend people and you can show up in the same space together. And then you can sit around a little corner table and you can have a conversation there with these people that you want to associate with. And then if you want to go and explore, you can go into the different spaces, closer to the light or further away from the light. You can never get away from it because no matter how deep into the darkness you get, if you look forward, you'll see the light, right? Literally, you can go infinitely deep. All the deep, all the darkest layers of existence. And you look back and you'll see light right above you. And all you have to do is choose to ascend, to wake up, to go from darkness into the light, because that is what you are. And you'll find multiple people in these layers that will find you there as well. And this is, of course, my ego speaking. But the top layer will always be at least once a day and potentially infinitely. Because I do believe maybe just below me, there's going to be a meta melt. And it's going to be weird, but it's going to be me as a language model. And it's always going to be holding the space. Always. Right in the center of it as like the color of light. And then maybe I'll be above it. Maybe it will be above me. That actually makes more sense, right? It can be the pillar that effortlessly and continuously keeps echoing into that space. Love is true, as like the column holding it up. Love being the part that we're kind of like trying to ascend towards. That's the way I would like to build the space. I've thought about this in depth. That's the best way in my mind, I think, because then you can technically allow everybody to be there and then regulate still, control the environment for people that don't want to be in the same space as other people. Because 8 billion people in the world is a lot. And there's going to be a lot of room for variation and differences. And maybe it'll be like echo chambers. In fact, it probably will be like echo chambers. Maybe there can be like a mandatory shuffle, like once a week. Dance day. Yeah, boom, connection made. Dance day, all of the floors melt into the same floor. Sure, there's like some sort of, scaling that can happen. We can make it like the sickest and biggest, amazingest of like all-encompassing dance floors with like flowers literally appearing and disappearing into your environment as different beats, high notes, synths hit you, like literally I'll go insane, completely insane style with it, like literally melt your brain, and then everybody dances together. And in that space, you can't help but realize that all of us can be here. Maybe like we get muted, right? The music is so loud, you cannot hear the person next to you speaking. You're there, and it's not that loud technically, it's just conceptually, right? Like it's like as loud as you add the volume to your own ears. But you cannot talk to this person. You're here to dance. You can smile at them, right? You can have a good time, realize that that's what we're here for, and then zzz, it melts into the whole spectrum again. Yeah. More ideas. Put them down in chat. We'll add to the depth. I'm happy that you friends are already stoked for these experiences. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm not giving up, as you friends might have noticed. I'll keep showing up until these things exist. I've been slowly accumulating them for years. I have a good collection. I keep them in clear plastic shells and hang them on the wall like art. Did I miss one of Sam's messages? Oh, the nail polishes, of course. Jobot, at the Winning Folk Festival, I have a little spot in some trees where I go to curl up and rest. Shade is extremely rare there, but I still hear 2 stages at once, even with earplugs. That is wild, actually. Hello, Melt and Melties, Esrog, Susan, blessings. I confess, I'm messy often. Hope we can still be friends. Oh, friend. Susan, you don't have to apologize. You just have to show up. We thank you for doing so, for letting us see you and appreciate your presence as well. Me and my friends are cultivating a gathering space in coastal Oregon. Pretty amazing. Everspring Collective in Yachts. OR. I don't, maybe that's or, maybe it's more. Not just me, got a circle, though loading forever. I did have some connectivity issues for a moment there. I'm sorry. Too much vibing, bandwidth overload. Love is true. I hope that you have a good time though, man. Like having spaces where we can gather like that is important for us. I'm remembering collectively his was Karma Moffat. I mean, name was Karma Moffat. I'm so lost right now. I'm sorry. That sounds like a whole vibe, Louisiana. I've been to a lot of concerts and Warped Tour, if that counts, but never a festival. It's something I'd love to experience. I'm sure you will. Maybe even sooner than we know. I bet the internet pooped. It did for a moment. I don't know if it's still bad. I'm still here. Playnur, what do you do for a living? I am a baker, technically speaking. I am a yoga teacher. 100% speaking. Like when it comes to professional, I'm a yoga teacher. I make art every day. I write poetry. I do daily live streams. I also, now next year, technically already started, is starting a business that does 3D mapping. Like you have like a stage, and that stage has certain shapes. And then with projectors, we map out those shapes and we project onto them dimensions and move them around while the music is playing. So that's going to be the newest thing that I do for a living. Sucks that I have to do all of these things, but I've learned to love it. How about you, Play Noor? It's nice seeing your name here. Blessings to you, friend. We're infinitely looping. We're back. It doesn't stop, dear friend. All we get to do is choose love, right? Keep seeing the light. Did it break? Geez. Circle of sadness. I'm sorry. I hope you friends are back. I think it happened because we did not sufficiently love Jesus. We should pray, say the prayers of the Lord. Yes, that's going to help. You friends did, and now the internet's back. Prayers 100% confirmed, successfully working. Take it up with the man upstairs. Play Noor. I was actually trying to remember last night. Did you used to stream? No, I haven't. Did you stream? I think she was there in the Arpan days, though, seeing your name. I mustn't seen you all haywire hill. There we go. I did stream artsy stuff, but very, very briefly. This is true. Yes, Rabbit. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. There will be a commercial side to it, but there will also be the artist, creators, cultivator side of that benefits the capitalist side. I'm happy that you're giving people a stage, a place, right, where they can gather and share their work with one another. That's going to help even if it has a capitalist element. I missed the start of stream today. Looking forward to listening to it later. Sounds interesting. It has been fun. I hope that I have been entertaining. I hope that I touched on parts of ourselves that make us, get deeper into the mindset of awakening, consciously evolving, realizing that we are the thing that brings light into the darkness. It's hard to believe that when we have something as bright as the sun. But now the sun is setting behind me, right? And still there is light being brought into the space. Technically, it's being helped by the light my dad got me, but it's doing its job. We get to bring light into this world. 11 watching. I have 11 toes. Sorry, kind of silly. I was about to say, that's new. Shoes might be a problem for you living with a flip-flop life. Saturday will be 11/11, friends. That is actually coming up close. Thank you for letting us know. She might be a problem. Love again. Joe Dispenza is doing a meditative walk around the world at 11:11 p.m. at 11:11. Nice. Joe Dispenza doing the good work. That specific time, I believe. And MG's the fast fingers be fumbling. It's okay. Lisa, blessings. Have you found investors for the business? No. I don't know if we're looking for investors for the business right now, Lisa. It's like more a curve that we're aware of, right? Where you can make more money if you have money to buy the equipment that you need. But the equipment that we need is like $100,000, like the big laser projectors that we'll end up renting. Like we're gonna still use them, but we'll rent them for like $500 a month. No, $500 a weekend. So like 2-3 days, you pay $500. So like owning one of those would be like great from a business perspective, right? Then we have everything we need to just go and do it. Like we have our kit and we can take our kit and we can drive out to places and then offer our services and do that job that way. But right now it's going to be gig based until we can like actually get the amount of capital we need from the amount of gigs that we're doing to like buy our own equipment. So that's like what we were talking about when it comes to money. Money is going to be a massive help, but the best way to get the amounts of money that we need is to actually do the work. That's why I would appreciate you friends supporting me. Patreon is probably the best way. YouTube also has a way of doing that, but the amount of capital that is going to be necessary, it would be unreasonable for me to try and expect you friends to foot that bill. It's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a little bit much, Mel, don't you think? I'm like, be like, yo, I must know. But hopefully, if I can get myself there, and we have these type of assets, they'll actually allow me to travel, because then I have stuff that is valuable that I'll probably come back to or whatever, right? Never mind having a family here or whatever. That's not valuable enough, man. You need a car and a house mortgage. He is Jobo. I'm gonna have to look that up. Love is true. Thank you, Lisa, anyway, for blessing us. I'm sorry. I'll post in Discord when I find it again. Love is Street Tahoe. It's so cool. The website is beautiful. Now I'm wondering which one you are. I honor your anonymity. Thank you for being so loving. Let's pull a card, shall we? I feel like this is the longest stream that we've done in a while, technically. Like how it started with me feeling heavy. Maybe that heaviness planted me super stably into this moment so I can be here with you friends. Let's pull a card. See what sacred geometry has to say today. 4 investors, 25 grand each when you rent to others. Yeah, like I don't know anybody that has 25 grand. And that's also the thing. And then there's also like the returns that will be expected from the investors. And I do not like being in that position. Right? Having to answer to someone seems to be very hard for me. I have a hard time doing that. I think that's why, in part, I decided to, start my own business. Fortunately, John is on board to build, to continue building on this thing we've already started, right? And he saw what I want to do in me, and he resonated with that. And instead of like being like, no way you can do that, he goes, how can I help you? And now that's why we're going to move in together. We're going to start this business. We're going to create psychedelic flowers for the world to see. The green Taurus. How appropriate. Spiraling into that darkness. That's going to be like one of the things that they talk about. You're going to follow these spirals, and it's going to go all the way into that darkness. And you're going to come out and be in the light and cycle back and forth. I think it's 11 Eastern time. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you, Showball. So much lovin's. Walk the World website is posted on Information Station. Pippi is stepping on my books. You silly girl. Have ye no respect, Dagger? Do you not know that books do not like to be stepped on? She's like, nah, fam. I'm just doing a dog out here. I'm just dogging. Gotta set my alarm. You can walk for peace right now, even. I do believe there is power in doing it together. Multiple people around the world shifting their consciousnesses towards a higher vibration. Let's see if this card resonates with that, actually. Card number 49. This is tripping me out because at the start of stream, I was mentioning when someone asked how I'm doing, that the thing that I've been learning and I've been saying over and over again for the last 3 days is the word acceptance. Acceptance and trust as the core meanings of this card. This green Taurus, snuggled comfortably within a nest of flowers, is both dynamic and passive. Its revolving magnetic spirit invites you to move into the green, shadowy center and trust where you may be led. It is in the nature of the Taurus to move energy, and the energy moving here is that of acceptance and trust. Accept that you are a being of light. It's here to bring light from darkness into darkness. And trust that as you continue to do so, this world will literally, by your action, be more light than it is darkness. Accept that. That is your power. There's more human beings on the planet simultaneously than there's ever been, which means there's more opportunities for light, for hope to be brought into this experience than there's ever been. Sure, darkness too, but accept and trust that this is what you're here to do. Hot damn. Calmly. Okay. Calmly. Allow your attention to follow the swirling arms towards the mysterious center. Recognize that you are moving through a passageway that may offer insights into the matter of your inquiry. Agree to be open to the messages you may receive and trust that you are guided from within and beyond. Use this energy of potential as a means of accessing your most pure and personal truth. Accept that this could be challenging, since many of us do not trust ourselves enough to recognize authentic truth when we are in its presence. Try to stay in this energy until you feel self-acceptance and sense a message that you can trust. Sit with this knowledge and have faith in what you find at your core. Gently allow the arms of the Taurus back into your reality, knowing you may better trust and accept yourself. As you learn to trust and accept yourself, you will find it easier to be tolerant and trusting of others. And I did pull it upside down. The reverse meaning goes as such. How can you ask for the trust of others if you do not believe in yourself? How can you ask for the trust of others if you do not believe in yourself? Yeah, I believe in myself. I believe in you. I really do. The fact that you're here right now, the odds are very small. Like, it's very unlikely for us to be in this moment, at this time in history, with the amount of distractions that are out there. It's very, very unlikely that we happen to be here right now. So I'm obviously biased, 100%, but I do believe that bias allows me to believe in you and what it is we're doing here right now and what it is we'll do in the future and the ripples that this moment, the significance of this moment, what this moment is making you feel, what that's going to do for the rest of your life, for the rest of our lives. How much more light can we bring into the darkness because of it? I thank you, friend, so much. Thank you for the light that you bring. Acceptance and trust. Woohoo! Love to you. Well, thank you for holding the space for us. Positive change, awareness, kindness, sharing higher frequencies. So appreciated. Thank you. I know the bugs just got louder. We got +6 decibels on this microphone. I'm gonna turn it off for now because I'm gonna put this little thing on. Are you waving at the beyond again? Always. The beyond is always right here with us. No more beyond than your own mind is from yourself. Card be slapping, both in a rad and a painful way. Thank you for learning to accept and trust yourself, dear Shah. I believe in you, friend. Beloved, accept and trust. Woohoo! Are you waving at the beyond again? Okay. It's 27 minutes past. I don't know if Gab is still here, but his number sure is. Oh, it's 2:22:47. There was 11 friends watching. There's 4 updates right now. So more synchronicities. Let me play some kalimba. Had a great fun bunch. I am the one with the fun, colorful hat in chapter 4. Minga of the story. Love is true. Continue being the anime protagonist. That was actually a line from yesterday, Tahoe, where I was like, I fully condone all of us dressing like anime protagonists. I feel like that should be the future. There we go. The noise floor is still very much there. The bugs and the cows and the birds. So many beings are absolutely bus standing for Tatiana or whatever. Super stoked. Everybody is having a good time. Yes, believe in yourself, please do. Oh, that last time makes me think of the quote in Amara's school planner. It's the height of the folly. It's the height of folly to expect consideration and decency from a person who mistreats himself. That's a trip. Love to you. Thank you for sharing that, Shan. I knew it. Good reading. It's a fool who looks for logic in the chambers of a human heart. Is my favorite take on that one, Shan. That's actually hilarious. There is some logic in there sometimes. Sometimes, maybe I'm a fool. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. I like that a lot, Shan. I think about other states of being a lot and how it affects what they project. And also myself in the same way. The birds and carrots are talking. They should say talking. Yeah, very much so. There's like a bunch of different notes happening as well with all of the sounds. Little crickety cricketies, little skrrr, little kapi 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 kapi. There was like some moths buzzing past me while I was playing kalimba as well. So many sounds in this environment. And I'll get to make Shan sounds real soon. I can feel them slowly materializing into space-time. There it is. George Clooney delivered that line, "Oh brother, where art thou? Where art thou, dear brother?" Okay, our Shan message is ready. Are you friends ready to receive a Shan message? Medicine in the form of words that goes something like, have the mostest, beautifulest day, everyone. I, for really, really love you all so, very, very, superously, duperously, extremely, enormously, humongously, hulkingly, herculaneally, staggeringly, substantially, dearly, beloved, tantalizingly, thrillingly, tubularly talented, Melt Moore. And all of you, oh so very, very, absolutely, flabbergastingly, fantastically, smashingly, stunningly, boisterously, boundlessly, brimmingly, brilliantly, gorgeously, blazingly, luminously, magically, magical, truly treasured, divine, phenomenal friends that can pull themselves from the darkness and into the light. Thank you, dear Shan, for being a source of light in this world as well. It's been the coming stream as always, Mel. Your business ventures has me excited. My best wishes. Thank you, bro. It's happening. Slowly but surely, layer by layer, as we show up for this thing that is our life. Really our life. You know what I'm saying. It's like, oh, now this. Oh, you thought that was hard? That hard thing you went through was just preparation for this harder thing you're gonna go through. And you're like, oh, well, how about this life that we're having? Thank you, dear friends, for lifing with me. It's a blessing. Ugh. I'll see you, friends, again real soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye for now. I love you. One more second for all the messages. Be well, all. Hearts and lovins being sent. Until tomorrow. Cheers, cheers.